Austin's residential and wastewater rates are already the highest of any of the 10 largest cities in Texas. New at 10, KXAN's David Scott looks in depth at our conservation efforts in light of a scathing new report by one of Austin's leading environmental and resource activists. David.
Evening, Leslie. Paul Robbins has been concerned with Austin's resources for more than 30 years now. And of course, water is one of our most precious resources. He foresees bloated infrastructure, conflicts at the water utility, the desperate need for more conservation, old, rusty, leaking pipes, and rising rates.
Rates are going way up, and they're causing people to conserve.
In fact, rates have gone up 74% the past decade. Robbins predicts they'll rise another 40% in the next 5 years. He criticizes a lack of enforcement on the watering ordinances. We use 2/3 of our water outdoors. He says the city is riddled with rusting, out-of-date water mains that flood our streets. And he says the water utility isn't conserving properly.
The first thing that needs to be done is for the Water Conservation Division to move out of the water utility, because there's a conflict of interest between selling water and saving water.
The state's consumption goal is 140 gallons per person per day. But over the last quarter century, Austinites have averaged 176 gallons a day, 36 gallons above the state's target. Robbins believes the water utility is ignoring several conservation proposals made in recent years. And there's not only our wasteful ways, the perpetual Texas drought isn't helping any.
The issue is we're in the middle of yet another severe drought. We do have a limited amount of water available to us, and there is a point where our LCRA contract will increase the rates significantly when we reach that benchmark.
As for those rusting, leaking water mains, Robbins contends there's 1,000 miles of such mains in Austin, and that the utility's timetable to replace them would take 72 years.
In the meantime, the mains are rusting and leaking. That's hence the title of my report, Read It and Leak.
Read it and leak indeed. Our calls to the utility got no reply. I should also mention Mr. Robbins is a big advocate of reclaiming water. He says the city's not doing enough there. And there's sort of a vicious circle to this, because as we do conserve more, that means less money going into the utility for them to maintain their operations and infrastructure. And you know what? They'll raise your rates again. You're also going to get hit in the pocketbook with that brand new $500 million water treatment plant number 4 out near Lake Travis. Pray for rain. David Scott, KXAN Austin News.
Amen.